The Democratic presidential candidates square off on security and the economy. I'm Marley Hall in Des Moines, Iowa, with the latest coming up.
Folks in Lexington are showing their support for law enforcement in the days following a Richmond police officer's death.
A doubleheader for UK fans, a road test for Stoops troops. We'll have highlights from the Cats' big game against Vanderbilt, and later, highlights of Kentucky's big win on the hardwood.
This is WKYT News at 11.
The worst violence France has seen since World War II. Thanks for staying up with WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. France is in a state of emergency for a second night after deadly attacks on Paris. The death toll stands at 129, with at least one American among the dead. More than 300 others are injured. ISIS is claiming responsibility for the attacks, saying it's in response to French airstrikes in Iraq and Syria. Cities across the world are paying tribute to the victims tonight. This is a live look at the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington, where a French flag is flying high. The attacks were at the center of tonight's Democratic debate in Iowa. Marley Hall takes a look at the debate in our top story at 11.
The second Democratic presidential debate started in silence as the candidates recognized those killed in the terrorist attacks in Paris. And the first questions focused on national security and ISIS, which has claimed responsibility.
We have to look at ISIS as the leading threat of an international terror network.
Hillary Clinton leads in the polls, but Senator Bernie Sanders tried to slow down the frontrunner, questioning her vote as senator to approve the 2003 invasion of Iraq.
The disastrous invasion of Iraq, something that I strongly opposed, has unraveled the region completely.
Former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley called Clinton's Iraq vote a big mistake.
It was also the disbanding of many elements of the Iraqi army that are now showing up as part of ISIS.
Iowa is an early caucus state. In less than 3 months, people here will pick the Democrat they believe should become the nominee for president. The Democratic candidates all support a minimum wage increase, but argue over how much. O'Malley and Sanders want $15 an hour. Clinton wants $12.
If you go to 12, it would be the highest historical average we've ever had.
Yeah, but look, it should always be going up.
The candidates did agree that new regulations are needed on Wall Street to protect the middle class. Marley Hall, CBS News, Des Moines, Iowa.
A Lexington native who is in Paris tonight on business is talking about the attacks. Samantha Johnson is there for a work-related event, and she is staying near one of the shooting scenes. She says she didn't realize the magnitude of what was happening until she started getting phone calls and text messages from the U.S.
He didn't really believe it at first because no one was reacting any kind of way. It wasn't until we started to look it up for ourselves that we, got a little bit fearful. We started to receive text messages from our work group saying, those who are still on site, don't move. If wherever you are, please stay there. Do not leave. And then we started to hear about explosions and people dying.
At the time of the attacks, Johnson was at a hotel having dinner with coworkers. The outpouring of support for law enforcement continues in the aftermath of Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis's death. Tonight, people at a pub in Lexington are showing their appreciation for police and other first responders. New at 11, Garrett Weimer shows us how efforts to help don't stop at the door.
They're showing support, raising money for the Law Enforcement Memorial Fund, and thanking the folks who serve and protect us all. But that's only the start of what Zoe Haddock says she wants to see come from this event.
I don't want it to be a trending thing. I want it to be a passion of the heart.
Haddock comes from a law enforcement family and wants to make sure police and other responders are not taken for granted.
It means so much to let just some sign to show these officers that, yes, the citizens are, we hear you. We know it's tough times for you, and we got your back. We're out here to support you.
For officers and first responders, supporting each other is something they do daily. Firefighters from all over covered shifts in Nicholasville Friday for crews there to go to paramedic John Mackey's funeral.
And it absolutely sent cold chills down my spine and my crews because we knew that we were going to give a little bit of us back for, the sacrifice that he made.
As the holidays approach, Haddock hopes the community will continue to help as well.
It's the time of giving, but it's always a time of giving in the public service industry. It never stops.
Haddock says she also wants to get a bill started that would make sentences more strict for ambushing and killing law enforcement officers. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
The fundraiser goes on until 1 o'clock at the SEC Pub. Earlier today, dozens of people in Madison County played ball to raise money for Officer Ellis's family. More than a dozen teams played in the softball benefit tournament. Organizers set a goal of raising $3,000 for Ellis's widow Kate and their son Luke. New tonight, a Laurel County woman is dead after suffering serious injuries from a fire. The Knox County Sheriff's Office says 38-year-old Quincy McQuarrie was lighting hay on fire at her home in London. Deputies say she poured several gallons of gas on the hay, causing it to flash and catching her on fire. She died at UK Hospital. Our quiet, nice weekend weather will stick around for another day, but changes are coming for the work week. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is tracking a spike in shower chances.
Yeah, it gets a little more action-packed as we go into the brand new work week out there. Tonight, though, it's just about the chill that is already in place. Look at some of these temperatures. 34 Somerset, London, already at freezing for our friends down in Bell County there in Middlesboro at 32. The same thing in Wayne County and Monticello, both already at freezing at this point. More of us get there tonight. I think we see a lot of low 30s, mid 30s, and there might even be some isolated upper 20s. When you're already at 32 degrees with clear skies, light winds, it's pretty easy to go all the way down into the 20s. Here's what our Defender radar network looks like. Looks like nothing, right? Because we don't have anything going on precipitation-wise. Hardly any cloud cover around us. Our hour by hour takes you into the early morning, 7 o'clock, 36 degrees. We get through the day. I think we're going to max out around 60 for daytime highs with plenty of sunshine. So it's going to look fantastic with a decent feel out there before the changes arrive on Monday. That comes in the form of rain. I'll track it coming up.
Today's game at Vanderbilt was a must-win for Kentucky. The football Cats made the trek to Nashville, hoping to end a 4-game losing streak. A.K. Howard joins us now with what went wrong for the Wildcats.
Well, you know, a big question going into the game at Vandy was how much fight the Wildcats would have following 4 straight losses. And the other big question was who would be the starting quarterback. Well, we found that out early. Patrick Towles getting the started quarterback. Kentucky was down 7-3 following a Vandy fumble. Cats in scoring position, but on 2nd and goal, Towles throws the fade, and it was intercepted by Oren Burks. That would be the end of the first half for Towles. Enter Drew Barker on the Wildcats' next offensive possession. Barker finds Ryan Timmons, and he breaks the play, gets in for 6, and suddenly all is good in the Big Blue Nation. 10-7 Kentucky, but it turns out Barker is human as well. Next UK drive, Barker throws another touchdown pass, this time to the other team. It's Burks again. It's a 30-yard pick 6. Just before the half, Vandy catches UK sleeping out of the timeout. Kyle Shermer to an unaccounted for Ralph Webb, 37 yards and a touchdown, 21-10. Vandy led at the half. UK playing a little quarterback carousel in the second half. Back to Towles near the end of the third quarter. JoJo Kemp fights his way in on 2nd and goal, 21-17 Kentucky. They would have one final chance with 10 seconds to play in the game, needing 78 yards in the Music City Miracle, and it was not going to happen today. Towles sacked, and that's how it would finish. Kentucky drops a 5th straight. Final score in this one, 21-17. Vanderbilt gets the win. Meanwhile, on the hardwood, Kentucky hosting New Jersey Institute of Technology. Cats no problem putting away the Highlanders. UK wins that one 87-57. We will have those highlights coming up a little bit later in game time. Kristen?
Today sure felt like Christmas for some bourbon fans. People started lining up at stores across the state last night for today's release of Pappy Van Winkle. We found dozens of people in Lexington waiting outside the liquor barn on Man Award for Pappy. A bottle of the 10-year-old Rip Van Winkle costs $50. The 23-year-old Pappy Van Winkle Family Reserve retails for $250.